Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. First of all, let me apologise for wearing a vest, but two reasons. The first is it's a heat wave here where I live, which is in April, the hottest April ever on record, and is unbearably hot, over 30 degrees centigrade. So you can imagine what that's like. And secondly, I've just been training and I seem to have coherent thoughts when I train. And I always think of something that may be useful to share with all of you, which will help you in your sobriety journey, as it's helped me along the way. The title of the video is Sober Forever, and particularly early sobriety, getting sober, that early part of sobriety, can be extremely daunting for most people, obviously, and people are very fearful of it, and they're almost grieving. I know I was grieving the loss of an old friend, where, you know, whether it's alcohol or drugs, something that's been propping up your life forever, you know, for as long as you can remember, probably. Masking your emotions and feelings, helping your self-confidence as you navigate through the world. You probably feel as though you'll never be able to go into a room full of people again without your friend helping you through the door. You probably feel like forever is a long time. You might have this mentality, you know, does this mean I can never, ever have a drink or a drug again? Can I never enjoy a social occasion with a drink again? Can I never go to a party? Can I never meet with old friends again? Can I never celebrate properly again? All these things will be running through your mind, may fill you full of fear, depression maybe. You're going to be thinking, I can't do this. You're going to be convincing yourself that you can't do it. In this video, I want to share with you my mentality, the way I get through it, the way I've learned from other people to get through it. I mean, I'm cracking on with my sobriety now, fairly well into it, but I still do this every day. I still have this mentality every day, and it helps me get through each day and get ready for the next day and get stronger. Before I do that, please subscribe and please like the videos. Just means that one or two more people may get some help from them, may see them. And also, please click the link in the description. Have a read if you want to become more involved in the channel. Thank you. So what is this mentality? What is this thought process that I go through in the day? Well, every single day when I wake up, I don't think about what's ahead, really. You know, the future, the fact that I won't pick up a drink again ever or a drug again ever. It doesn't cross my mind. And if it does try and cross my mind, I quickly push it out. I just make a commitment every morning that today I'm not going to drink. It's when people say to me, you know, are you ever going to have another drink again? And I say to them, well, I don't know that because I don't know the future. I can't read the future. But what I do know is I won't be having another drink today in this 24 hours. And that's where I try and keep it on a day-to-day basis. I'll tell you two little stories. The first is a proverb, because I've seen loads, well, I've lost count, unfortunately, and I'll include myself in this, of people who've gone on in early sobriety doing really well, but then all of a sudden when things get really tough, because they inevitably will, they give up. They say, fuck it, I'm going to take a drink and I can't do this. There's an old saying, it's always darkest before the dawn. And it's a saying I keep close to my heart, because you might sail through those early couple of weeks of sobriety in this pink cloud of, you know, euphoria. But then the grind starts and you make this daily commitment. I will not drink in this 24 hours. And you hold on in that 24 hours. And then you do the same thing the next morning and hold on for that 24 hours. Sometimes during that 24 hours, you may be grasping on for your life. And the next day you're a little bit stronger. It's minute, you don't register it even, but you are, because you've got through that 24 hours. And this builds up and builds up and builds up. However, a few weeks in, when the grind really gets hard, then it's always darkest before the dawn. It always gets harder before it gets easier. And this is when, this is when your sobriety is going to count or not. This is when you have to grit your teeth and grind through every second of the 24 hours ahead of you. When you're tested, when life tests you, when the shit hits the fan, when someone makes you angry, when someone is ill in your family, when, God forbid, someone dies in your family, when your job's shit and everything's against you, when you're just bored, when you're lonely, all of these things you've got to learn to cope with and grind through. There's one thing I always tell myself, I'm not the most successful. I'm not the thinnest, the fittest. I'm not the best looking. I'm not this and that and the other. But I try not to compare myself with other people. What I do know in my own head, and it's taken me some convincing, but I know this because I've grinded through things in the past, that I will always be the one just to do that little bit extra. I will always be the last one standing. I will always be the person who never gives up. I will always be the person who gets up when he's knocked down again. I'll always be in the gym and I'll do the last rep, that extra rep, the one that fucking hurts. That's my mentality, because that's the way I am. That's the way I've taught myself to be. And that's what you need. You need that grit, that mentality to fight for your sobriety, because no one's going to ride in and rescue you in this life or any life. It's totally your responsibility. Your thoughts, your actions, your choices, your responsibility. Your sobriety in your life is your responsibility. Don't blame people. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame your childhood. Don't blame your job. Don't blame your circumstances. Don't blame fucking war in Ukraine. Don't blame anything. It's you. It's all down to you. You've just got to grind through it. You've got to have that mentality, that never give up mentality. I'll just tell you this story quickly, and I've told it before. When I was in rehab, I had a really good friend called Giles, and he used to use the saying, it's really simple, because when you were really struggling in there, particularly in those early days of rehab, when I just wanted to walk out, he just used to say to me, just hold on. He said, just hold on a second, and let that second build up into a minute, and just let that minute build up into an hour, and hold on, and let that hour build up to 12 hours and hold on. Let that build up to a day and hold on. Let that build up to a week and fucking hold on. Let that build up to a month and hold on. It's the old saying, isn't it? This too shall pass, because everything is transient. And sometimes you do have to hold on by the skin of your teeth. But if you care enough about your sobriety and yourself, your responsibility, and the knock-on effect it will have on every single person who loves and cares for you, then you'll give it 100%. You'll take that responsibility. You'll grind through. You'll make that commitment every single day. I'm staying sober for this 24 hours. And that will go on and on and on and on. And in 10 years' time, I'll still be staying sober in 24 hours. The one day at a time. I'll still be saying that in 10 years, God willing, and I'm still alive. We don't know what's around the corner. All we've got is the moment we have. And make the most of it. Carpe diem. Seize the day today. Please subscribe and please like. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.